It's truly an honor to welcome you all to Tech Unite Africa, which is Africa's biggest networking platform to tech industry. Before we dive in, I want us to take a moment to appreciate the people who have made this possible. Our incredible speakers, dignitaries, sponsors, exhibitors, and most importantly, yourself. Can you please put your hands together for yourselves?
With PalmPay, more people can access tools that were once out of their reach. And this launch is a major milestone in our mission. We have got a special treat for every attendee here today. You will be able to get your card today at our PalmPay booth for free.
Together, we're set to unlock new possibilities by combining Verve's robust payment infrastructure with PalmPay's dynamic digital platform. We are indeed honored to be part of this official launch of PalmPay debit card, powered by Verve, Africa's largest domestic card scheme. So, what does this mean for customers and you all? It means greater access to secure, seamless, and user-friendly payment options.
If you rely solely on AI, because of the algorithm bias, you might run into problem. Therefore, use AI as a crutch and not as something you depend upon completely and totally.
How can we collaborate our work as project managers, be it IT project manager or non-IT project manager, to fit into AI and leverage on AI so as to make work a little bit less complex?
While AI might be taking certain activities and certain jobs and all that, it's also going to create a lot of jobs. For instance, as a project manager, you prioritize collaboration, right? So you do a lot of meetings with your clients, with your vendors, with other key stakeholders and the likes. The point is, how well are you able to leverage AI? For instance, your meeting notes and the likes, rather than taking notes like stenographers and all that. Your AI is able to help you generate meeting notes. So basically what you're just going to do is maybe turn on recording and all that, and then you just review and you try to fine tune, and then your meeting note is ready.
People are assuming that AI is a replacement rather than AI being an enabler. So AI is supposed to make you do things better. All right. Which means that you continuously update your skill set within your relevant field. So let's say you're in construction. What are the new innovations or changes or processes that are happening in there?
Many people in Africa are still unfamiliar with crypto and DeFi. What's the best way to bridge the knowledge gap and onboard more users?
When people hear about crypto, the first thing that comes to their mind is Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes up, Bitcoin comes down. I'm scared to invest my money, I'll lose all my money. Some other people say, oh, there are people cashing out. I think there is an information gap. One way that we can solve this problem, and we have been able to solve this problem at Yellow Card, it's by having road shows and partnership with different organizations where we partner with universities. We were in the East last year. We were in the West, in the North. We're talking about stable coins, talking about cryptocurrencies. Another way is to partner with influencers.
Lost through crypto trades. There's a lot of volatility too, because when you talk about crypto, most people are familiar with major ones like Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana, which are changing in the markets every day. So for someone who wants to accept a crypto payment, it's going to be risky for them to lose money based on the market fluctuations. So that's why I think starting off, it can be helpful to start with stable coins like USDT or USDC. This provides more consistency in the price, but it also helps businesses enter, and then they can change the money into their local currency as well.
A lot of people are still used to using cash to make payments. So how can how can someone out there as a business owner drive the adoption of digital payments in Africa?
it's not just that people preferred using cash, they were actively avoiding making digital transactions. And from our perspective, that was really due to two issues. Number one, people didn't trust digital transfers. It was very unreliable. You know, if you're going to a shop and you have a 2 in 5 chance or 1 in 5 chance of your transaction failing, you would want to use cash. And then the second problem that we saw in the market is affordability. Even back then, transfers cost 50 naira. That was the standard charge, and that wasn't 50 naira was worth a lot more. So we worked to build our own infrastructure to make transactions reliable, to get people to trust the digital payment ecosystem. And then at the same time, we tackled that problem of pricing. PalmPay was the first institution that zero-rated bill payments and transfers. We're still the only financial institution that gives people free bank transfers for any amount. We introduced cashback to the market, and we just turned the business model, the experience on its head. And
first thing is the ability to offer multiple payment methods, right? I think giving consumers, a suite of payment methods to transact with. I think that also success rates. We need high success rates across all those different payment methods. I think that in terms of it still boils down to trust. I think that if for example on Glovo you come, you transact, you make an order, the order comes to you successfully, I think you continuously build that trust, and I think the user adoption continues to increase. So I think that as e-commerce players, as small business owners, as payment providers, if you can provide a seamless experience for the consumers, that user adoption will continue to increase.
Even with the cash transactions, people still don't trust process of transaction. Not to now talk of transfers or digital payment. So basically, to be able to convince many small business owners to go on digital payment platforms to open accounts, and also encourage consumers or buyers to have accounts, is simply the onboarding process. Because I can't imagine myself trying to open a wallet and they're asking me so many things from another page to another page, and they're asking me in languages or words that I can't even decipher using, they need to make the language very simple.
Unlike the traditional insurance where you have to, take your device for physical inspection and, all that, what we've done is to build, leverage technology. We've also leveraged AI to build a solution that can ensure both your new and in-use devices. When you get new phones out there, they give you a warranty for factory defect and stuff. But what we've done is, even though your phone has a factory defect, you can also have your phone get protected against accidental damage.
But most importantly, I think financial institutions should just leverage the blockchain. The blockchain is super fast. It's easier. It's transparent. So if we introduce stable coins into the banking sector, you find out that international remittances can be like 10x faster than what it is today. So for me, it's an advice to the government, it's an advice to anybody building international remittances platforms to leverage of stable coin products, and also financial institutions that has already built their product of the blockchain.
First of all, I would like us to imagine a world or an Africa where everybody can actually send payments easily and fast, just like sending text through mobile phones, like text messages. This is what stable coins and CBDCs actually bring to our doorsteps. You will agree with me that Africa as a country is home to one of the fastest growing economies, but we are plagued by one issue, which is high remittance fees. Yeah, so people need to understand that stable coins actually solve this issue, right? And how do we make them understand this? This is why we need to leverage social media. Social media is one of the platforms which you can use to tell individuals about this. Imagine one top influencer comes online or on social media to explain why we need CBDCs and stable coins. It will actually be a game changer.
To regulate these things, there is need for good regulation frameworks licensing, let there be a framework that before you have a token or any digital currency, you have to obtain a license from a certain institution.
The informal sector is a very important sector in any economy. And what we're talking about here is inclusion. We're talking about transparency, but most important features that the informal sector may benefit is the aspect of access to, loan, access to have a credit record. So, and that is one of the things that stable coins bring, is that, there's a track history of the financial situation of the person.
The first stage is basically education. So if you really want to have a mass adoption done for the Web ecosystem, for the stable coin or the CBDC ecosystem, first stage would come in the form of education. And for this, not only the education institutes, but the organizations which are supporting such ecosystems, some regulatory bodies of the government which are like assisting in investor awareness, they should come forward. We should talk about how a wallet can be created, how it is so easy to actually transact this kind of currency.
There was a time there was a flooding in the Niger Delta area. One of our young people, he designed a learning management system, based on this technology that we are talking about, to ensure that the students continue to learn at Niger Delta University, for instance. These are some of those things that we are investing into, especially catch them young. One other aspect is that if you are here, we are already supporting some companies. You have unique technologies that can solve problems in the oil and gas industry, for instance, or in any of the sectors that it is within our value chain. We will support you to have those contracts, to have those consultancies to work.
If I am presented with a product that is nice to have, the possibility or the probability of me converting will be lesser than if it is a must-have. If it's a must-have, even though I don't have disposable income, I will be forced to look for money to purchase your products.
We notice that it's not just about the marketing. Now we need to humanize the brand. We need to feel what our direct audience, are going through. We need to communicate that we are part of you.
Beyond building trust in terms of certifications and licenses, there was also the part where I was very particular about community-led growth.
To speak directly to we as a fund and the second fund, and what we consider as climate tech opportunities or that fit our mandate is any business that is simply using technology to reduce carbon emissions.
You see developers come, they build things everywhere, demolish every space. Someone in one building, there are like 50 cars parked outside. Why? And these are all the things that is going into that space. So investors are beginning to see that this is an industry that is crying for help. And there is a lot of solution out there.
But if we're looking at futuristic solutions, we need to address our urban planning in Lagos, for example. The bigger picture is obviously Nigeria and Africa. But starting with Lagos, we need to address the planning issue. We need to also start deploying solutions that work. The solutions can be deployed, but will people use it, right? If I build an app that helps a downfall driver, for example, with his passengers and everything, I'm not sure it's going to use it. It's just going to be like, what is this, right?
But I struggled a number of things in the course of your presentation. So could you please quickly walk me through what your value proposition is?
And Total need to buy to offset their carbon emissions, as well as high-integrity plastic credits. The likes of Coke, Pepsi, 7-Up need to buy to offset their plastic production. There will not be a burn rate. The need right now is get the money, get going, get scaling. And the beauty of it is we have 2 more states that have already approached us to bid for their concession. And it's attractive because we're not trying to do it for us alone. we're involving the government to come make money too, in a traceable and transparent way. And we're also valorizing waste for the people. Let them make money too.
It's my distinguished honor to announce the winner for this regional competition, Askautane. Please let's put our hands together for him.